I was out there in PA doing my thing, small town called Carlisle, and the dude I was with, man, he flipped on me, man. I was supposed to meet up with him one day. He didn't show up, but the Attorney General's office did with the rest of the SWAT team. It was really disappointing. Well, yeah, we when I met him, it was on some shit. He was, he had bread and he wanted to invest in the music, but I was like, look, man, I'm not really doing the music anymore. I'm doing my other thing, and we just started kicking it, man. Like, see, that's the fucked up thing, man. We became close, and it was a point where we was kicking it every day, and I'm talking about for like 2 years. And then finally, I make that move with him, and that's what happens, man. It was very, very disappointing, but you know how the game go. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, it's the ones close to you that'll do it to you. I caught it 2-4.
And were you locked up prior to that, or this your first time?
Nah, that was my first time. So that played into why things went so easy. But the I'm talking about me, but the real fucked up part about it was, like I said, I just had a child, so I left my baby mom and the baby and my family in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always
Did
the
you
family.
meet the baby before he or she was born?
Oh yeah, I did. But
and then like kind of immediately after that, right in jail.
Yeah, that's what influenced my decision to make that move out there a lot too, because it was time to get that bread. You know what I mean? It was a series of bad decisions, my guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did my time. It wasn't hard, I did Camp Hill, home jail was Albion, but I didn't make
Camp
it to
Hill.
Albion.
What is that specifically?
Oh, that's a one of the many state prisons in Pennsylvania that's in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. I think it's like close to Harrisburg, but the town is Camp Hill. I don't know. I don't know what it's close to, but yeah, I did Camp Hill for a few months, and I was waiting to go to the boot camp out there. It was like their version of Shock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, on the island. Got you.
Yeah, so I went to this boot camp.
Also, it's like a 6-month, 8-month program type shit, maybe a year. You go there, and if you could bust this shit out, your sentence is over type shit.
Right. So basically, I was home in about 18 that time. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could say I had my act all the way together right away, but eventually I would go back in on the violation for a year, where they would send me to. In PA, they call it your home jail. It's the prison you're designated for when you got to do your real stretch. So I went
okay,
to,
got you.
Yeah, they had me at Albion, which is in Erie, PA, and
Erie, PA.
Yeah.
That's out there, son. That's like almost, what's that? Almost Ohio type shit.
Bro, all I know is the PA niggas
like
was
the Midwest type
when
shit.
I told them where I had to go. You know what I mean?
Nigga, you were out there, boy. Okay.
Yeah, but it made no difference to me because I'm not from out there anyway. So everywhere out there was far to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
Yeah. Any
You're
nigga
not looking at it like, oh, I'm further and further and further out. You're just looking at it like, nigga, I'm out here anyway. Got you.
Yeah.
And what was that experience like building with those guys and doing those things? The dudes from Erie, they show love. The dudes from Harrisburg show love. Like what was going on?
Man, it was dudes from all over Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Philly, Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Pottstown, like whatever. But I mean, I was always respected. I gave respect. I got respect. It's not like the TV, nigga. I'm not gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're in some gang shit or you immerse yourself in the bullshit. A lot of times, niggas getting in the shit and then owing niggas money is how the weird shit happens.
Bidax.
You know what I mean?
But gambling, me, drugs, the phone is cigarettes and stupid shit like that. Well, even taking soups and you hungry and whatever the fuck you doing, little cookies can get your ass rocked, nigga.
Yeah.
Like it's always people that want to kind of push the envelope a little further.
Inside my books was always full. I was blessed enough to have good people around me. Shout out my man Pun from Philly, also known as Rennie. He was with me. He definitely is a knowledgeable dude, great heart. You know what I'm saying? He was a big motherfucker too. Let me tell you something. The first day I got in there, I jumped right into some Scrabble in the day room. This nigga about my height. I'm like 6'2", but this nigga was like 350, 400. You know what I'm saying? And see, right now, I'm 300. But at the time, I was maybe 200, 180. You know what I'm saying? Which is light when you're 6'2". You look pretty slim. Yeah, man. So we got into an argument. It was about to get physical. And then it just fizzled out. And we was like, yo, eventually we talked to the CEO. It was like, yo, man, put us in a cell together because we was just, once we saw cooler heads prevail and we was on the same shit, man. Niggas had skibbers. Niggas was trying to get out of there because, a year, not really anything to even talk about, especially when you're next to a nigga who's doing 6 life sentences.
So now get out of there, you moving forward, you meet your daughter again, and how does life go?
Oh man, life was pretty it was kind of rough at first, man, because Pennsylvania got this ill shit where if you catch a new charge while you're on parole, they'll start your parole time over. And you got to do all that shit. Like I went in with a 2 to 4 at around 2001. I didn't get off parole till like 2010 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy. So I had that hanging over my head, but I paroled back to New York eventually. I started a business, where I would rent cars to Uber drivers.
Okay.
It was cool. It was cool, but I was also still dibbling dabbling because still a knucklehead. And it was never enough. So a few years after that, right, I'm in the Bronx about to catch somebody. You know what I'm saying? And my phone started blowing up in my pocket, right, my burner. You know what I'm saying? So I pick it up. It's my bro, Nice the Future, right? Now let me tell you, I've been knowing Nice for a long time, about 20 years, man, and he's always tried to like steer me in the right direction and tell me, yo, you need to fuck with the music. Now that's important coming from a guy like him because he's an official Mobb Deep member. He done toured around the world with Mobb Deep, wrote on hit records, performed with all the greats, and he would always tell me, "Yo, come on, fuck with us." So I never did until one day I'm literally in the bushes out in the Bronx waiting, and the nigga keep blowing my phone. So eventually I pick it up because I think like my nigga could be in trouble or something. He says,
Nigga,
"Yo,
you're in the bushes. You're in trouble.
pretty much, pretty much."
You're crazy. You're like, yo, let me get out the bushes. This nigga might be a problem.
Yeah. After the 10th call, so I pick up the phone and this nigga said, "Yo, what you doing?" I said, "I really can't get into that." He said, "Yo, come to this book signing." I said, "Yo, what the fuck, a book signing?" Now, to give you a little background on that, P had just came home, Prodigy, legendary Prodigy, rest in peace to him. And he had wrote a book while he was inside. And he was
Oh,
doing
that book.
that book. Yeah. Yeah. There's a little controversy around that book.
A lot of controversy, but go ahead.
So he was having a book signing out in Astoria. And long story short, I decided to go out there and fuck with him. I left what I was doing alone. And I think that was like some divine intervention shit because I was poorly prepared that day and it could have ended with me in one or two situations, back locked up or dead. So I went out there, I met P. Now, P is like, I'm from Queens and I rap. P is like a god, but I've been listening to this guy. He dropped the infamous album, like he's amazing. I'm a fan. I'm still a fan, always a fan. So I meet him, and Nice is so respected. You know what I'm saying? That the people around him are gonna respect who he brings around immediately. P welcomed me with open arms. I mean, from the book signing, he was like, "Yo, son, you rolling with us, man? Nice told me you be wilding out. You rolling with us." And I'm like, okay, it's fucking Prodigy. The next day, we're at the NBC building. He's doing an interview on like Dateline or Nightline or some shit for his book. Then we at the Best Buy show. I'm in the dressing room. Black Thought's there, Little Kim's there, Capadonna, fucking crazy, you know. But I still wasn't ready to get into the music shit yet. It was cool, and when I was hanging around P, like we never talked about no music. I didn't do no music business. That faded out eventually, and I went back to doing what I was doing, and I wound up in Long Island.
And
Yeah.
on that note, let's pick this up.